There comes a silence so deep, it doesn't echo, it reveals. In isolation, where the world stops screaming and the masks begin to fall, something stirs beneath the surface. A presence you've long forgotten. A version of you, small, tender, afraid. The inner child. Not an idea, not a metaphor, but a real, emotional self frozen in time. And now, in the hush of solitude, they begin to speak. When you were busy surviving, you left pieces of yourself behind. Moments of pain too sharp to hold. Memories too heavy for a child to carry. So you buried them under achievement, distraction, performance. But they didn't disappear. They became the wounded child inside you, silenced, unseen. Now, in the quiet of isolation, they are finally heard. And what they want is simple. To be felt. To be held. To be forgiven. In the stillness, a strange reunion begins. You sit in silence, and there, behind your chest, something tight begins to loosen. A tear forms, not for today, but for years ago. Not for the world, but for the boy or girl who didn't understand why they weren't enough. You remember the confusion, the shame, the hunger for love that never arrived. And suddenly it's not about productivity or performance anymore. It's about presence. The presence of your adult self. Meeting your inner child. And simply saying, I see you now. In isolation, the wounds finally speak. Not in words, but in emotions. Tightness in your chest. Sudden sadness with no cause. A deep longing you can't name. These are the languages of the wounded self. The child who learned to hide emotions to stay safe. But now you are safe. And the hiding can end. Let the tears fall. Let the shame rise, and be seen in the light. You don't have to fix it. You only have to feel it. Because healing doesn't come from control. It comes from contact. You are not just remembering. You are reparenting. In silence, you become what you never had. The calm presence. The gentle embrace. The voice that says, you are not too much. You are not wrong. You are loved. This is not imagination, it's emotional time travel. And in this sacred reunion, you don't just comfort the child. You reclaim yourself. The power you buried with them. The joy, the creativity, the wonder. Most people run from isolation. But you used it as a mirror. And in that mirror, you didn't just see your pain. You saw your truth. You saw the child within you, alive, longing, sacred. You learned that healing doesn't happen in noise. It happens in the sacred silence where your soul dares to whisper. And that child, they've been whispering all along. Now, they can finally rest. Because you came back for them.